I'd like to tell you the orphan story, because it's my story too, and it's yours. The beginnings of the rainy season drizzled around us on the day we first met them. That day when we went from strangers to family. After the orphanage director foisted her into my arms, my little girl wrapped her tiny brown hand around the back of my arm. She held on as if with an infant's iron grip. For hours, her hand stayed right there. She had a mommy and she wasn't letting go. He knew her back then, before we'd met her. The orphan girl lived hungry, always. Her distended belly was full of nothing that she needed. Yet buried beneath her empty expression was a flicker of hope. She was hungry for more than just food. He sees her. As I stand over that plastic test, waiting, expectant for 2 little lines, only to know myself as barren again. I swallow down the question. Is loss all there is for me? My husband and I roll over, away from each other, each of us desperate to connect, but fumbling to get there. Each of us wanting more of one another, but really, more of God. And I'm hungry. He sees me. Home, feeling alone, yet surrounded by a crew under the age of 5 whose needs are unending. Single, still, with a closet full of bridesmaids' dresses and a deep desire to be known. Tired of alarm clocks and rushing and to-do lists, always tired. Waiting, speaking your requests into what feels like a void and still waiting, wondering who is he while you wait. He sees you. I shrink back inside of myself. Who could ever make sense of these gaps in my life? Will I ever feel satisfied? Somewhere in the darkness, I hear a heartbeat. It's his. He's near. My broken story, my hunger itself, invited him. Who would have guessed? And instead of the scorn I expect, I see eyes that dance. My Father is delighted in me. Instead of the cold, distant disappointment I'd imagined from him, I can hear his breath. He chooses to be near to me in this one mess of a moment. My pain, my loss, even the repetition of my days serve a purpose, as do yours, as they did for the former orphan girl. Those things that elicit pity in another toward me and toward you and tempt us to resent our life story, those very things make us hungry. And the hungry are the ones that get near enough to see the glint in God's tender eyes and to hear the cadence of his heartbeat. The hungry are the ones invited to know the sweetness, this beautifully invasive love of God. The hungry are the ones who find loss and waiting and disappointed expectations to be places of life-changing God encounters. To the hungry soul, yours and mine, every bitter thing is sweet.